This ain't no disco.
Ain't no country club neither.
This is RVA.
Hola. Welcome back, everyone.
To another amazing episode of
Oh La La in RVA. No
Season
dungeon, baby.
3.
Episode 2.
What do we have happening this episode?
We're going to talk to Sam. We're also going to do our new segment, The Rose and Thorn. We'll get into that in a minute. You're going to drop it on us. What are you talking about?
Well, I am talking about the mail system in Richmond, or the lack thereof.
Excellent. What else?
We're going to be talking about the business and band of the week, of course.
Nice. And we have some upcoming events. So let's welcome Sam to the episode. Everyone, round of applause.
Welcome. And
Glad you could be here.
What does Sam do?
Let me tell you. Sam founded Trying to Adult RVA in October 2021. She had moved to Richmond in 2018 for a job opportunity, and guess what? She found out it's kind of hard to make friends as an adult. Sadly, shortly after that, as most of you know, unless you've been living under a rock, that COVID-19 pandemic happened. So sadly, that really put the kibosh on making new friends. So when the world started opening up again, Sam wanted to find a way to make finding friends easier. So she started organizing events via Meetup to see if others would want to join. And they did. So that's what really got the ball rolling. From there, she started creating more and more events, which led to starting Trying to Adult RVA. Since then, she's been on a roll. Membership has grown by the thousands.
Wow.
She's planned over 100 events. And she continues to plan fun events within Richmond and the surrounding areas. It's great to see new friendships being made. And her hope is that young adults who join Trying to Adult RVA build lasting connections and friendships.
I love that.
Yay.
That's awesome.
What we're going to do here for our new segment, The Rose and the Thorn, we're going to go around and thus far this month, which I know this is going to be dropping in February, but let's just say January. What's up? What's your rose and thorn, Olivia?
Well, as people might know, we all, the podcasters on the show, and my boyfriend Craig and our friends Eddie and Ashley, we went on a carnival cruise, and this was my very first cruise ever. We spent 4 days of dressing up and drinking and relaxing and being waited on, and I got to see the Bahamas for the first time, specifically Bimini, which everyone kept calling Bahimi. The whole entire time, everyone on the boat was like, Bahimi.
Not
Bahimi.
me.
Not
I had
true.
it right the whole fucking time.
Bimini.
And I also started my new career as a paid social media strategist. I was a web designer for 8 years, and the company had to rearrange things, so I applied for this new position and I got it. So I started that this year. But my thorn, so I am trying to get a loan for a new car. And I sold my car, to the one that I currently had, to Carvana, and they were supposed to direct deposit the money into my account, and something happened and it didn't go through. So now they have to send me a physical check, and it puts me back like 2 weeks into the car buying process. So that's my thorn.
Ew.
I'm mad at Carvana.
All right, so my rose. Recently, I was embroiled in a dispute with my insurance company and also a medical center. And the thing is, they said I owed $11,000, which I disputed. And thankfully, they got that all settled out. It took many months of doing, but it all worked out in the end.
That's awesome, Matt. Good for you.
Yeah,
Yay.
so all you got to do is just keep on keeping on and
Pester.
Right. And so my thorn has to do with food poisoning. The food poisoning happened on a Carnival cruise that we...
But we're still going to cruise Carnival because I just made gold status.
The exact place was Bimini.
Bimini?
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is that was our second place we were going to get off the boat, and I just was cabin bound the whole time. So it sucked, to say the least.
Big Daddy on the beach.
Yep. Boo hiss. Sorry, babe. Next time. How about you, Sam?
So I'm going to go in reverse.
Yes,
And I'm
go
going
ahead.
to say the thorn first because my thorn ends with my rose. So
Oh, good. I like a happy ending.
yeah. So my
doesn't?
thorn was a few weeks ago I got COVID. And I was like,
no.
I thought it's been a couple years. I thought it was gone. It's not gone. It is very still here. So that took me down for a week, but luckily we're okay. Got out of it. It was just a rough week, but that ended with I felt better. I was like, I need to get out of my house. I've been in this house way too long. My best friend had a birthday party, and her birthday theme was tarot and teenies.
Ooh, fun.
Adorable theme. She had a little mini bar set up with different martinis and had somebody come in doing tarot readings. And it was just so fun and
That sounds
made it
amazing.
funner after being in my own dungeon of my house. And it was just a blast. So it started out rough, but ended good, and I was glad I was able to go.
That
Thank
sounds
God
like
you
so
got to
much
go.
fun.
Right?
I know. I'm like, you should do that as one of the events
We might.
for trying to adult. I don't know. I'm like, I want to do that.
I want to do that too.
We're
gonna be there.
Astrology stuff. So, and then, I mean, those of us on the pod, the old crew have all talked about our rose, but definitely escaping the cold was my rose on the cruise.
Well, it wasn't that warm though.
Well, it was warmer than here. Shit.
True.
We didn't have running water, so we were escaping the literal shit storm.
You had no bathroom at the airport.
I know. I used a porta potty at the airport before boarding.
Yeah, that was the
Some of y'all
first.
might have seen. I posted a story of me coming out the shitter. That was an interesting way to say bye, going on vacay. It was kind of sad too, because usually we enjoy our like pre-flight cocktails at the Sam Adams Lounge. That was closed.
Everything was closed.
Yeah, everything.
That sucks.
So, but we made it out. And then my thorn was just kind of like, I'm going backwards too, was before we left the incredible cold. I've decided I hate the cold.
It was
God, I'm
really
over it.
bad this year.
I know. I hope that's it. Please, for the love of God. Like with my autoimmune arthritis and stuff, I'm in double the pain when it's that cold. And
My skin has never been this dry. Like back a couple weeks ago, it was insane. And my cat too. We both are like flaking off.
I know. Like my hands are still really rough. Like I've been using a lot of lotion, but it's like I could still probably give somebody a paper cut just
Yeah,
by
you just got
touching.
to keep hydrated too.
True.
As I have a sip of
Water.
Yeah, I don't think that's helping.
Moving on, never you mind, never you mind. So let's get into the meat of this interview.
Yes, my first question, part of it was already answered. You're not from Richmond. So where are you from and how did you wind up in Richmond?
Yeah, so I grew up in Maryland, and that's where all my family is. So I'm close enough to quick drive there, but not too close.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I love that. But I went to college in Queens, New York. So
Oh, wow.
that was my most recent move, was from New York to down here. And out of college, I had a couple of job offers, and the best one was in Richmond. And I was, simple math. So you're going to pay me more for a lower cost of living than New York. And I was like, guess I'm moving to Richmond.
Right?
That happened to me too.
Nice. And I think that's a very common thing of
Yeah.
Richmond too. It's becoming a very big transplant city.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What
Yeah.
do you do? What was your job offer?
So I started in supply chain, and right now I work in procurement for a manufacturing company. So, yeah,
Nice.
I don't even know what procurement means.
It means you just buy shit.
pretty much.
I'm a
Professional
procurer.
chef. I know, right?
100% the corporate girly life, 100% everything that comes with corporate is what happens. So it's nice to kind of detox from that by doing
Yeah.
trying to adult for sure.
So do you have to go into the office or can you work from home?
Sometimes, but mostly from home.
Oh, that's nice too.
Yep.
So, But then, like you're saying, that's more isolating
It is.
in a way.
It
So,
is.
like, obviously, you had no choice
Exactly.
but to create.
Sorry, tell us how Trying to Adult RVA was born and how you got the name.
It's a simple story, but it's kind of funny. So I was like, okay, I need some friends around here. My coworkers are great, but you got to set boundaries with coworkers. And like, it was easier until then because you had school and you had things that forced you to be around people. And that wasn't the case kind of as an adult in society. So I was kind of like, okay, how do I do this? And I had first got on the Meetup app, and when I got my master's degree at college, I wrote my thesis on blockchain for supply chain management. So I was
really?
like,
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, there's a blockchain Bitcoin meetup in Richmond. This sounds great. Let me go to that. I went to that and quickly learned that was not where I was going to make friends. Nobody in that room looked like me, nor were they probably within 20 years of how old I was.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I'm picturing a lot of like old white dudes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, these
Boring
are
old
going to
white
be
dude.
my friends. So I was like, okay, so this is the right concept of going to an event with interests, but not the right interests. So I was looking on Meetup and I was like, there's really just everything on here is so niche. And I'm like, I don't want just the photography group or just the hiking group. I want somebody that wants to do fun stuff and different things. And
Right.
so it didn't exist. And my brain was like, well, then just make it yourself. So I started posting events that I wanted to do. So like one of the first, and I know you just mentioned this one on the last episode, was going to James River Cellars because I was like, well, I like wine. Let me see if anybody else does. And then
I'm sure you can find people, right?
right. And people started to show up. And then I remember the very first event I realized that I might have something here was we went to Hotel Green and I had 30 people signed up. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to bring 30 people to this mini golf?
It's already impossible to get in there.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, there's something going here. And I think a lot of people have the same problem I have. And it just took off because it wasn't just me with that problem of how do I make friends? And the name came about. Like I was just sitting on my couch and I was like, what do I call this group? And I'm like, we're just out here trying. We're trying to be adults. It's hard in this economy. It's hard with our digital world of living behind a phone. Everything makes it harder for us and we're doing our best.
I love that name.
It's interesting you say that Richmond it's harder to find friends. I've always read that Richmond is very cliquey. Like if you know a group, the friends just stay in that same group. And, it's harder to make friends when it's all the same people. So it kind of makes sense for a newcomer not to find friends around here.
That's true. I felt like when I first moved to Richmond, which was like 8 years ago, I did Meetup. Like I tried to do Meetup and like there's a lot of new people coming into the city all the time. And everyone I met was like new to Richmond or like just starting their career too. And that's how I made friends.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think also because it's like an established city, especially in the South, which I know people debate whether this is the South, but I'm like culturally, I feel like it is because I feel like the South is like notoriously very cliquey. Like we have a rep of being judgmental. I think that can be the case kind of too.
You don't say.
Once you reach a certain age bracket too, it's like very hard to break in because people are like, oh, well, I got burned by that one person we let come into our friend group 15 years ago. So fuck that. No.
True.
Does that seem right? I don't know. Sorry, I'm talking about myself. I grew up here, so I can be a bitch to myself. But I'm the exception. I'm very friendly.
To certain people, right?
So how did you start doing this though? Like with reserving the spaces and stuff. And I know I've noticed like when I'm looking at the calendar of events, it depends on the event. Like there's like 15 slots or whatever. And like Matt was very sad that the putt-putt was already booked for Hotel Green.
I wanted to
this
do
coming
that.
month. I'm like, I'm sure they'll have another one soon. But
Yeah, for me, it kind of came naturally, but I love a good party. So ever since I was a kid, I was like looking through the Oriental trading books of like, what's my theme this year?
Right.
You know, what's my invite list? Let me draw my invitations. So I've always kind of had an interest in party planning. So that kind of mirrored itself with this group. But I also like really wanted to highlight the best parts of Richmond, the small businesses. I really wanted to have diverse events because not everyone wants to go out and drink every night. Some people do, but not everybody does. Some people
want to.
Some people might want to do, a cooking class or volunteer. So I really wanted to make diverse events so you could meet different kinds of people and not just have the same crew, to your point of being cliquey. It invites everybody to have a spot here.
And that's awesome. Like the whole point, I feel like, of trying to adult RVA is just like making friends where you normally like might not.
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially if you're at like a group activity, that's extra hard. You're walking in as like a solo person and then you're like, oh, hi. I'm over here on the side.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing too that I noticed with meetups was like when you go, that first part is so intimidating. You don't know the people. You're by yourself. You walk into a restaurant and you're like, hey, are you the meetup group? And then the table's like, what? Right? And you're like, oh, this was horrible. So I've tried as best I can to take out that initial anxiety because I know that's the worst part of it. So we always over communicate where we are, even if it's obvious. Like it's the first table on your left, so that if you're sitting in your car just waiting to walk in, you know exactly where to go. We've got Trying to Adult logo signs on the table, so you can like be like, oh no, I've seen that. That's the group. We've got event hosts, ambassadors that host events, because that was something I learned quickly was like, okay, I can't host 15 events a month.
Right.
I'm dying. So I have an amazing volunteer team to help me host these. So we really try to make it feel welcoming and take out as much as that first oomph of anxiety as we can.
I feel like that was really, it still is, but it was especially important, like right after COVID, like everyone had, especially like me too, I had like social anxiety going back into society. And like, I feel like this Trying to Adult eased that, like come make friends. It's like no pressure. We have the signs. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so good for mental health too. Like, because so many people are really scared. I mean, I know people will say like, you seem like you're pretty confident. I'm like, no, girl, I'm having like a freaking mental breakdown here.
Same.
Like, please, I don't want to go in this place, or like, oh, I have to meet somebody else new. Like, so anything that can make that easier is such a good idea.
Even like,
so
down to the parking. I know people hate parking, especially in Richmond.
No,
Coming from New York.
In the city,
Coming from New York, I was like, what do you mean? Like, you just figure it out. And like, no. Here, like, you don't figure it out. You circle around or you give up.
True.
Well, there's a lot of people who won't even go downtown because they're like, I don't want to park
Exactly.
down there.
I have gone to places and I couldn't find a place to park, and I'm like, I'm going home. Like, I'm in a horrible mood now. Like, I don't want to see people.
So that's what, even on events, we'll put what the parking situation is. So if it's street parking and it's limited, we're going to let you know, like, be prepared. Or if there's like a huge parking lot, like, there's a huge parking lot.
Yeah.
Don't fear. You'll have plenty of options.
I can double park if I want to.
There's a pull-through spot waiting for you.
You don't even have to back in.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So do you guys have partnerships with like certain venues, or how does that work? You just go and say like, hey, I want to bring this group here each time, or
pretty much the latter. We don't really have any direct partnerships right now. You know, in the future, I'd love to kind of explore that opportunity and how I can keep giving more to the
Listen
businesses
up,
here. But yeah, I just kind of, reach out to them and see who's willing to host us. Some people will have new businesses and they'll send, us a message like, we would love to get you out and we'd love to support people that want us there. But it's more of like what's on my radar and do they want us?
You do have a partnership though. Aren't you partnered with Bingo Beer?
No, I wouldn't say like partnered, but we love supporting them. And, whenever they've got events coming up, they keep us in the loop and we'll bring them the people and they bring us the fun.
That's
because
so
you
cool.
had the New Year's event.
Exactly. Yep.
That's really, and you had your own like space there too, don't you? I thought you had like a reserved space.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Nice.
Yep.
VIP, baby.
VIP.
All drinks on me.
So how So I know like there's like a membership. How do people sign up? How much is it? And how many people are members?
Yeah. So you sign up on our website, which is new as of last year. So that was a really exciting accomplishment. And the prices vary. They're either $5 to $10, and each membership gives you different benefits. But my intention with that was to keep it as low as possible because I don't want anyone to say I can't afford to make friends, which still happens with this price because some people just don't get it, which it happens.
Right.
But there's so much that goes into the events that we do that, even I just mentioned the signs that we have, the website to make it a one-stop shop, because even when I first started this, I was taking Venmo and PayPal and Cash App, and it was a disaster for me to try to manage. So there's a lot of things that go into making these really awesome experiences for people that we just have to offset some of that, but we try to keep it as low as possible so you're really here to make friends.
Nice. So what is the difference in the tiers, though?
Yeah, so $5 is the regular membership that gets you into every event we have. And then premium membership, that gets you early access. So you'll have 2 days of early access to get to events. So like you mentioned, those ones that sell out quick, that gives you that boost to get your spot first. Also, if we have paid events, we try to have as many free ones as possible. We got some paid events that'll give you a discount on paid events as well.
That's neat.
And then we also have some like local businesses that give us promotional stuff to give back to our members. So like, for example, Hobby Hill does cooking classes, and they gave us a promo code for any cooking class. So all of our premium members have access to that if they want to go on their own. So a few extra perks for that premium membership.
Nice.
Wow. And how many members do you have?
Last time I checked, we had about 200 members.
Damn.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and we just really pushed membership in July of last year. So it has not been that long that we've been getting there, but it's exciting.
So events probably fill up quick.
They do, and they keep. That's kind of a really good problem that I keep having is I keep planning more and more, and then they sell out more and more. So I'm like, okay, I need to do more and more. But yeah, they do.
Are there events where there's not a limit on how many people can be there, like a mixer or?
Sometimes, yeah, it's a little bit easier in the summer because we can do stuff at parks and all that. So we have a big space there. Our new friend socials are something that's open to both members and non-members. That's like your intro to see what things are like. And we do that sometimes at Rich Brow and the other months at Strange Ways Brewing. And Strange Ways has a really big space that lets us get up to like 60 people in there.
Damn.
Oh, that's good.
Those are ones that we try to, really open up to fill, and they're just awesome every month.
Y'all have to come do one at Chimbo.
Yeah.
We'll help.
Yeah.
We'll help host. We
Oh
can,
la la.
yeah, co-host it.
We can fly kites.
Yeah.
There were people flying kites the other day. It was like the perfect day for
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
I know when we first were emailing back and forth, you mentioned like this is not a networking site. How are you set apart, and why not focus on networking?
Yeah. There's, and I actually want to say yes and on that one. We're
Sure.
not networking,
Yeah.
nor are we dating, because I feel like both of those are so intense to people right now. It's all the dating apps, or you go out and the only time you're going out is to date or to mingle. And then networking, the only time you're going to socials are to network or to meet people. And like, while those are fantastic, I wanted another market that was not being served, and that was friends. So I really wanted to separate that. So one, those two are big pressure things. It's, networking is a lot of pressure and makes people uncomfortable. Dating is a lot of pressure and can make people uncomfortable. And I really wanted to take that out of it and just have authentic friendships, and you're just there for fun. There's no pressure to do anything that you don't want to be, that doesn't feel authentic to you.
I love
like
that.
that.
That makes my heart happy to hear. Another question. So is it just you organizing all of this, or do you have a team?
Both. And the reason I say that is I do a lot of the back end, the website's all me. A lot of the event planning is all me. However, I do have a really awesome team that supports me with volunteers. So like we have ambassadors, which are event hosts. So those are the people that are going to events and helping welcome new people and get things set up, going there early, bringing the signs and all that. We have new friend leads. So their job is truly to help people be friends. So if it's your first time event, they'll come up to you and start, a conversation, bring you into the group, make you feel a bit more welcome, more intentionally. And then I have a couple event leads that plan more reoccurring events. So trivia, karaoke, book club, the things that we have every single month. They own that one specific event and plan it every month. And then I have a few other ones, I have a digital content lead that helps make all of our amazing graphics for our Instagram page. But kind of how it came up was, one, I needed help. I couldn't be everywhere for the whole thing. But two, I really wanted to maximize what people are interested in. Like, are you a social person? Come be an ambassador. Do you like just making graphics on Canva for fun? Come help us for that. So I never wanted it to feel like an obligation. I wanted it to feel like you two got to be a part of this community and bring your own unique talents to our group.
I love
That's
that.
so nice.
And you answered another question I had was like, are there recurring events? And it looks like you do. You have the book club. You have I forgot the other one that you just said.
Trivia,
Oh, yeah.
karaoke. Yeah.
So what kind of books are in the book club?
They're based on the group. They choose what they want at the book club the month before. So you come to the book club, maybe pitch a book that's on your to read list. Everybody votes on what they like the best, and that becomes our next book. So it's really about who the crowd is that's there, like votes on the next one.
Okay.
He's just gotten into like reading more, and so far everything, like we share a library, and he's like, "This is all crap," and I'm like, "They're New York Times bestsellers, bitch."
Guys, don't read The Candy House out there.
Oh my god, it's really good.
This is a fun. You're not obligated to answer this, but what is the craziest story that you've had at an event that you've seen? Anything like,
Any
like crazy people,
miscreants or
people getting thrown out?
We haven't had any of that, but one of the things I like to tell people is like you're not successful until you have haters. And we've had our fair share of haters that are like, why are you charging for events? Or why did you put me on the wait list? This shouldn't have a wait list. And they get all up in arms of, it's more so that entitlement of how dare you? And we're like, everybody else read the whole description and got their spot.
rules,
I don't
yeah.
know why
Yeah.
just you didn't get it. And they've tried to like do that. I'm like, I'm not stopping anybody from doing exactly what I'm doing and doing it themselves. Like, Richmond's plenty of big. You can copy and paste what I'm doing and do it yourself, and there will still be plenty of people for us. And people have tried it and failed. So it's a bit satisfying for me. I'm like, go ahead, take it, do it.
start your own trying to adult.
And some of them are like really mean and really, not nice. And I'm just like, go ahead, prove to me it. And
So
it's
stupid.
Yeah.
So are you hoping to one day this will be like your full-time gig, or do you think you'll probably stay with your other job too, or what do you think?
It's a
what do you
good
see
question.
for the future?
We'll see. My full-time job right now is what's paying my bills.
Sure.
It's very comfortable. It's very stable. I got the 401k. Like
That's nice.
Trying to adult is not contributing to a 401k. I can tell you that right now. But I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I like event planning. I like my job, quote unquote, is making friends. That's an awesome job to say that you have. So if I can one day, I would love to. But right now, where we're at, where the one pays the bills and the one is where I have fun.
It's a passion project.
Exactly.
That's always good to have.
Yeah.
How much of your time does it take up?
A lot. A lot. I would say I average at least like 2 hours a day, if not
Wow.
more.
Yeah, that's a lot,
Planning
yeah.
planning stuff on the back
Wow.
end. Yeah.
It's definitely a hobby or, something you have to love to do, obviously.
Exactly.
Well, we've all joined, and Olivia and I are going to our first event
Now we're
next
doing
week.
Singo.
Are you going to be able to come to that one?
Yeah,
Or no?
I'll be there.
Oh, cool. Do you come to most events?
I try. It's really about, how tired I am.
She can't
but
quantum leap
two,
across town.
Yeah, true.
It depends on how much I've done. Like, if I've done trivia for 6 months in a row, I'm like, okay, don't ask me any more questions. I can't do it. But I try to go to as many as I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like more of a age bracket or demo that you have? Is it more like young urban professionals or like, housewives? What?
Yeah, so the age range is usually 20s and 30s, but it's not an age cap.
Sure.
We have tons of people in their 40s, 50s. We even had 60s, 70s, like
Love that.
ton of them come. The only like requirement we have is you have to be 21 plus because we have drinking at events. Sure. But the dynamic and the demographics are so diverse, which is one of my favorite parts about this, that, you know, I could make a girls club that goes to brunch on the weekends easy, but to make something for somebody that doesn't look like me, doesn't have the same interests as me, is a little bit more challenging, and I love it. So you've got, you know, my favorite thing is looking at a picture from our new friend social, and you have different ages, different demographics, you have different disabilities represented, you have a whole cluster of people that all feel welcome and all made friends that day, which I love. So you've got different demographics, you've got different, you know, people come as couples, people come as single people, people come as, I just got divorced and I'm trying to figure out life again. So it really welcomes everybody, which is 100% my intention.
I love that.
Has anyone ever found their spouse trying to?
They have.
Wow.
Wow.
So I don't know if I can call them spouse yet, but we've definitely had a few partnerships happen up just organically. Again, like, we don't promote dating, but like, this is where you just get to connect with the person, not behind a phone screen, and become friends first, and then you can become partners, and it's fantastic.
It's
to
like
see
real
organic.
life.
Right.
Back in the old times.
I know.
It's crazy, yeah, but it's really fun to see people, even, you know, partners or not partners, like, building those connections are so phenomenal to see.
What's your favorite event?
That's a hard one.
And
'Cause,
I
like-
was going to say, what's an event where you'd say, oh, I'd never want to do that again?
Oh, that's a good question too.
Cracker Barrel. Not a hit on Cracker Barrel. It was just like, some places, like, you do all the right things. Like, you make a reservation, you call in advance, and you show up and they're like, oh, we don't have any of that. You have to wait an hour.
Oh
And you're just
my
like,
God.
no,
Oh my
like,
God.
I tried so hard. So it's more or less not on the place. It's more like just the organization of trying to make it perfect, and it doesn't end that way. But my favorite one that consistently is always my favorite is Tacky Light Tour. It is so Richmond, first of all, and it's also just, we rent a big limo bus. We're all just partying on the bus, having a good time, laughing. We have had the same driver every year. Gary is phenomenal, and he's hilarious. So it's just such a good, fun trip, and just tacky lights are so fun.
I know.
Even if you
I
weren't
have
on
to
a
do more
bus.
stuff.
I know.
So the tip is to sign up as early as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's always easy, like, if you want to go and then, like, the week of, you're like, oh, something came up, you can give up your spot. And vice versa. If you really wanted to go to something and it's full, watch for, like, the week of, for people that change up their schedule
okay.
to get some last minute spots.
We'll be watching that Hotel Green next time it comes up. Maybe we'll actually get a spot. No. I'm always the person that's like, wait, there's only like 3 spots for this. Hurry
my.
up.
We have some this or that questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just to get to know you better.
Cool.
Feel the vibes up.
Okay.
You
I'll
wanna
go
go
first.
first?
I'll go first. Arcade or happy hour at the bar?
I'm going to pick happy hour. I'm not good at games. I try to be, and I just can't.
Same.
Definitely not at arcade games am I good. I would get too frustrated. Yeah,
I like skee ball. Pretty good.
Yes.
Oh, I
skee-ball.
like air hockey.
Oh, yeah, I like that too.
that kind of thing. I'm definitely not into like.
I'm not a
let's go
button pusher.
Oh, I like
play.
the hoops machine too.
Yeah, I get really frustrated at like Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Or Mrs.
a friend
Pac-Man.
of mine has a Switch, and we were playing like, what's it, Overcooked, I think. It's a very
Okay,
easy
yeah.
game. And I was like, I don't know what these buttons do. Stop throwing fruit at me. I don't know how to pick it up.
And at the end of the day, it's just pressing buttons, and like I just think about how weird that is, and it's not for me.
Yep.
Also, you just like push buttons on the computer all day. So
True.
like then you're like,
I'm like,
oh,
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
do it
push
more
some more
now?
buttons.
Great.
Damn it. What about karaoke or bowling?
I'm going to pick karaoke just because I'm a manicure girl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm going to work for the length on those nails and keep them natural if I can. And if a bowling ball messes up one of those nails, I'm going to be so mad.
So true.
So mad. It is not worth the nail break for bowling for
Liz,
me.
has that happened to you?
Well, these
happened
are
to me.
fake, babe. They're acrylic, but I don't want them to break.
I've
'Cause my
broken-
real nails are horrible.
I've broken
So-
an acrylic nail bowling. It hurt so bad and
Sounds
it bled,
horrible.
and that was the end of the
no.
bowling day.
No.
I had to forfeit. So
I guess I could bowl with my feet. Or granny style. I
Or
do
like one
love
of those
bowling.
Give it away for
those kid
free.
slides where they put the ball on top and it just rolls
Yeah.
down.
oh my
Yes.
god, from the point down. Movie night in, like a movie night at your friend's house or the movie theater.
They're both really good. And that's another one of our monthly events. We have our movie nights. It's actually led by one of our volunteers that was a film major. So she like gets really
fun.
into the movies. So that's fantastic. But I love my home. I've worked on making it super comfortable. So I'm going to pick home because it's cozy. It's my couch. It's great.
Yep.
But I love a good movie theater. Some popcorn and all that good stuff. So
Nothing beats movie theater popcorn.
I know. I love the Ovation one.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm enjoying the movie theater more and more just because of Ovation, You
You can put your own butter on.
you can order
That's
I
bad.
found out you can order food ahead of time, so they'll just deliver it to you by the time you sit down.
You can pack pink Himalayan salt and put it in your purse for the popcorn.
It's true.
I like Cinebistro too.
Me
Like,
too. I love Cinebistro.
I pay a fortune, but I'm like,
I know,
it's
it's
worth
so
it.
and it is very expensive.
So
yeah.
Ovation used to be big trouble. Thank God my other best friend lives like right across the street.
They took
practically.
the button away because of you.
Yeah, because of us,
Yeah.
probably. We went and saw Dirty Moms and then the Christmas.
Dirty
one.
moms.
Bad mom.
I mean, Bad Moms. Jesus. We are Dirty Moms.
Is that the porn version of Bad Moms?
Dirty moms.
It's been a long day, y'all. All
You
right.
shouldn't live, you.
Oh my God. Moving on. How about wine and painting or board game night?
Both good, but I'm a creative person, so I'm gonna pick wine and painting.
I had seen before I came up with that the beginning of March you guys are doing the one at
Yes.
James River Cellars. I want to do that.
I become I have social anxiety, and when I'm playing a board game with a large group of people, my brain just goes somewhere else and I can't think. Liz has seen it many times.
Yes.
Many
I
times.
can vouch
We'll
for
have another. We like to go to Unplugged game bar
yeah.
a lot, so we'll have some of those coming up this year too.
Ooh,
So
Where is that?
in Midlothian, I think. But yeah, they have like 900 different board games.
Oh
I
wow.
will not be at that one.
Yeah, but it's they
you
have
can-
They have the really challenging ones where your brain has to work too
Oh my
hard, but then
God.
they also have like social party games too. So
they
I
have-
like those ones. Like
Yes.
I like Jenga too.
Yes.
That's pretty fun.
Well, you're really good at prank phone calls, so any game that involves that is always good.
Olivia does prank calls night, and everyone laughs.
just card.
Yeah, you can
have
host
a
that.
card game, and just you have to call a person for each card.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm like the master of prank.
We had a friend that she pranked. Have you ever played that Girls Night Out?
No. Oh,
One
yeah,
of the,
yeah.
So some of the cards are like you prank call people.
Yep.
She prank called our friend Matt. I won't say the last name, but he thought
And it's
that
not
like
me.
he had a date with her.
and he went there. He was about to go there, but then we
Then we
called
broke
him
it to him.
and
We're
he
like,
thought
just
it was
kidding,
funny.
bro.
He took
You
it well.
ruined his day.
What are your plans like in the next year? Any changes or like big upcoming events or anything new that's happening?
Not that I know of yet, but every year we'll come with more things.
Sure.
Love to have more enhancements. Love to bring more things to the community. Love to make things better. So right now, I don't know, but more to come. Events have been really prosperous this year, and as you see, a lot selling out. So I'm excited to bring more opportunities and more events for people to join. So. The only thing that's going to be new is new friendships, and that happens every day. So
Yay.
I'm excited for that.
Oh my God.
Well, you
I
have
love
us
that.
now. We're new, trying
know.
to adult people.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been trying.
We are trying. We've been trying for years.
How can we follow you, support you?
On just about everything. So we have a Facebook group, which is great for like personal introductions and things like that. So you can find us at Trying to Adult RVA Community on Facebook. We're also on Instagram from Trying to Adult RVA. And if you want to get all of the information of the group, just our website, tryingtoadultrva.com.
I was going to say,
Cool.
your website you designed, you were saying, like, it's so easy to navigate and so easy, even if you just go from Instagram, like the way you have it set up, to join and to find the stuff. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you know how to spell and type, you can
It's
do it.
elementary.
Yes, exactly.
I do my best. There's way too many things in life that are hard that this does not need to be one of them.
Yep. So, yay.
Yay.
So excited. And we'll be posting some pics from Singo on
Yep.
Tuesday. Looking forward to it.
Yep, and I'll also give all of your followers exclusive promo code for a free membership.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
So keep an eye on your Instagram page, and I'll give it to you guys so you
All
can
right.
post it there.
Awesome. Yes.
Wow.
So exciting, guys.
Stay tuned because we're going to have some more segments, but you're welcome to join in at any time.
Yes.
Sam.
Awesome.
Yes. Hop in, add stuff, and hopefully we'll make some new friends.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I know. I'm so excited. So.
All right, Big Daddy. Take it away. Drop it on us.
All right, so today it's a very exciting topic, and it's about the Richmond mail system.
Yeah, didn't you just get my Christmas card?
Yeah,
And then we got another one literally like day before yesterday.
So these are all fine examples of how Richmond's mail system, or Virginia in general, have let us down, because we got a Christmas card from one of our friends on what was it, the 29th? And that was a month after Christmas.
Hopefully your Carvana check isn't in that mess.
I know, right?
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Well, it was for over here, so hopefully.
They said they were overnighting it after a 5-day business processing. Anyway.
So why am I talking about the mail? So there was a recent story about how stacks of undelivered mail were recently found in garbage cans
Right down the street.
in
What the
Church
hell?
Hill at a church called Good Shepherd Baptist Church. The trash can contains mail such as bills, medicine, tax forms, stuff that people actually need. They don't need, these random catalogs or...
This should have been on the news.
It was.
It was, yeah. And so
Just the local. You probably watched it.
And so the administrator of the
informed.
church, he actually took some pretty well-deserved steps. He notified the NAACP, 2 senators, and a congressional representative. And the politicians are going to escalate the matter further. Hopefully, there's some movement in there. But why would this brings up the question: why was the mail found in the trash? Did the mailman or mailwoman violate their mail carrier oath, which includes the pledge to perform duties of delivering the mail faithfully? Oh, as you can remember, neither snow nor rain, nor heat nor gloom of night sleeps these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. So they definitely did not abide to that motto.
Or someone could have jumped them.
And they said, I'm being jumped. I need to unload some mail. I need to run a little quicker. So,
Look, they were weighed down, okay? They had to escape.
so I could see that as a possibility. And so that's not the first incident. The Richmond region and Virginia have been struggling with mail delivery for years. It is directly linked to the rollout of Delivering for America. That's a key leg of which involves consolidating mail sorting into larger centralized sorting centers. There was an audit completed of the Richmond Regional Processing and Distribution Center in April 2024, and the goal of the center is to reduce transportation costs and reliability. However, that has not been the case. The audit stated that there is high management turnover, inadequate management oversight, low employee availability, and staffing and service performance. Auditors also stated they observed multiple instances of personnel in a facility not engaged with work, even stating in the report they witnessed a mail handler sleeping on a parked forklift while on the job.
What the heck?
Yeah. And so Richmond is among the worst on-time delivery in the U.S. So for parcels delivered on time, they're 78.1%, and the worst is Georgia at 40.2%. So, wow. We have recently had occurrences like we've just gotten random pieces of mail that should have shown up much, much earlier. And like,
We're getting deliveries of stuff that people definitely had to know their real address for. And it's like, one time, this guy tried to deliver an edible arrangement like 3 times.
I remember that.
And I'm like, bro, they don't live here. We've owned this house for like 3 years.
Yeah, and another time
insane.
we got it was a book it was like a new book coming out, and it had like some sage in it, and I don't know. It was just very random.
We did take that.
Yeah, we did sage the house with it.
But I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. Have you been affected by the mail here since you moved here, Sam? Or
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll get Christmas cards late and all that. But I'm like, I also don't I don't even know how much a postage stamp costs anymore. I don't really know how that whole system works.
I know they have forever stamps, but damn, they hike the price every
expensive.
few months, but yet they obviously aren't raising the wages for the workers. So it's just a problem that I think goes back to everybody needs to make more money. It's too expensive to live right now. God. Help.
It's like that Schitt's Creek episode where I think it's free.
Yeah.
So
Like we're all like, wow, postage is really expensive. And they're like, actually, it's free, guys.
So a lot of times when I look in the box, I'm like, did we get no mail, or what? Did we just lose things
I know
in
mail
the mail?
is like Matt's obsession. He loves the mail. Like I've never seen someone he's like a little boy. Like, did someone send
He's
me
like
a letter?
a golden retriever that's
Yeah.
been
Oh,
trained to go
because-
get the mail.
And I'm like,
Because you can get anything in the mail. You can get checks.
It's
you can
usually
get-
bills, babe.
You can get.
You should get a prison pen pal.
yeah.
So when I was a DJ in college, I used to get mail from the prisoners and how much they love my show.
Oh,
So,
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Like some people would send drawings.
That's
and-
when the love for mail was ignited.
Is it another prisoner?
Yeah. Are you having an affair with the mail?
No. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, I'm glad you're not cheating on me with an
mailman?
inanimate object.
Yeah, not our mailman.
Maybe if we entice the mailman with treats.
I know. Maybe we should give him some treats whenever he comes up and we see him.
Some home baked goods.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that concludes Dropping on Us Big Daddy.
Thank you. Yay. All right. Now for some upcoming events. We're heading into the big V-Day. I got some V-Day events.
I love V-Day.
Not Vaginal Day, but Valentine's Day. Or it could be Vagina Day to some. I don't know. But coming up first is Richmond's Dark Valentine's Day Fantasy Ball. Ooh,
sounds fun.
A morbid masquerade.
Is it at Fallout?
No, it's actually at Harry's at the Hoff.
Oh.
It's sold out last year, y'all, so get it while it's hot. Richmond's Dark Valentine's Day Fantasy Ball, a morbid masquerade on February 15th, 2025. The unconventional affair beckons the daring and adventurous to embrace a darker, more mysterious side of Valentine's Day. Go there whether you're single or taken.
Scared.
So doors open at 8 p.m. It's at Harry's. Tickets are $33. The early bird sale is already over if you're listening to this.
33 is a good price.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. They will have dark Valentine's Day themed cocktails. That sounds good. Special performances, morbid vendors. Get your coffin. No, I'm just kidding. They won't have that. Or maybe they will. I don't know. Masked costume contest. Face paint. Photographers. DJ Tony T dropping out of hits. And then they also have a charity canned food drive and prize raffle. So,
That sounds fun.
yeah. And
Shout out to Carter and Natalie.
yes, we love a theme. So that sounds like a good theme night. And like I said, 2024, they sold out. So be there. Or be square. And then also we have Sips and Sweethearts. That's on February 16th, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Cirrus / Mainline. It's at that field, right in front of there. 1603 Owen B. Lane. It'll be a day filled with cocktails and vendors, including Full Circle Permanent Jewelry and Cookies by Shantae and more.
So I've never understood the concept of permanent jewelry.
It's becoming like all the rage.
My ring is a permanent jewelry, so it's just and it comes off, which is kind of nice. But
Yeah, I like
basically, it's
that.
custom fit. to you,
Okay.
and then they use the spark to kind of clasp it, so you don't have a clasp that you can take on and off. So that's the concept of it.
So I
it's
didn't
nice.
realize you could take
much
it off.
lighter, which I like, and you don't have clasps that get caught on things.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
we have. Don't just ask and
Don't
shall
blow
receive.
the load. All right. Yeah.
We have a permanent jewelry event for Trying to Adult in February as well.
February
So
22nd, I
It
believe,
is.
if I'm pulling that out my butt.
that is correct.
Oh,
So if you like it, well, we got it for you.
Sweet. That's awesome. My goddaughter actually just got a job at one of the permanent jewelry places. So we'll have to see.
They have
I'll
lots
to
of options, too.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know you could remove it, which is
On
good
your
to know.
wrist, probably not. The
But on your-
rings, you can kind of roll it down. But you can do anklets. You can do all kinds of stuff. So
Nice.
it's
I
fun.
didn't know they did rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested in a ring. I'm like you. I'm like, do I want to commit to
I
something on
couldn't
my
do
wrist?
it. Or my ankle, too. I'd be like, what if I put on tights?
Can you
What
get
if-
a permanent necklace? Is that
You
a
could.
thing?
I don't like that.
You're making me feel like I'm
Sorry.
choking. No, choking. How about you, Olivia? Got any?
Yes, this one's coming up too. It's on Sunday, February 16th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. It's Galentine's Rustic Charm Arrangement Workshop at Saudi Creek Vineyards. What's Galentine's Day? Oh, it's only the best day of the year. Leslie Nope said that. Celebrate friendship by surrounding yourself with a ravishing Valentine's bloom while sipping on wine. Saudi Creek will provide all the gorgeous flowers and materials you'll need, as well as a demonstration on how to create a beautiful flower arrangement in a stylish wooden cube. Bring your friends, partners, family, and colleagues, or come alone for a little self-love to learn to design with these lovely blooms. The class usually lasts an hour and a half. You're welcome to grab drinks and a small bite or a snack to eat while you arrive and bring it to the class.
Cool. Nice.
And then we're moving into St. Patty's Day time, which is one of our favorite times on the
Yeah, baby.
podcast
Yeah.
because Liz and Matt live in Church Hill. So we usually walk over to the Church
Irish-
Hill Irish Festival. So that's going to be on Saturday, March 15th to Sunday, March 16th. It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both nights. Along with St. Patrick's Church, the Irish Festival proceeds benefit many local organizations, including Child Savers, Richmond Hill, the Church Hill Association, Fulton Neighborhood Resource Center, St. John's Church, Chimborazo School, Bellevue School, Church Hill Boys, and Girls Club. As always, there will be live local music, food provided by St. Patrick's Church, vendors, local craftspeople, Irish beverages, kids' games, Irish and Highland dance, and bagpipers. And there's also a Hilltopper 5K.
That's right. We'll
Which
be running.
we
in
will
it.
be participating.
Cool.
Second year.
Entry, there is a I cannot talk. There is a suggested donation of $5 to support the Irish Festival. There is free parking with a shuttle at 16th and East Broad Street, with drop-off at 24th and East Broad Street and 26th and East Broad Street. The shuttle runs all day, both days, so because parking is impossible.
Yeah, if you don't know someone
unless you live here
who
and can just
is
walk
over
over.
here already, yeah, I would suggest taking the shuttle. Which we have one other event I wanted to highlight, which also leads into our band of the week. It is Wannabe, a Spice Girls tribute. Olivia and I already have our tickets. It is Thursday, February 20th at Uptown Alley, 6101 Brad McNear Boulevard. Doors open at 7. It's an all ages show. $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Dress up, hear all your old school faves.
They're endorsed by the Spice Girls. The
Yeah.
actress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is wow.
Which they are as well our band of the week. Wannabe, once again, a Spice Girls tribute. So here's their little promo. With giant personalities, British accents, and platform shoes, these 5 Toronto women deliver the ultimate 90s dance party, sharing a message of love, equality, and of course, girl power. Yeah!
So, if you could be a Spice Girl, which one would you be?
You take a wild guess.
Baby Spice?
Yes.
I'd be Ginger.
Yep, you would be.
Sam.
I can't pick. I can't pick.
My second option would probably be posh, I guess.
Oh, I guess I would.
Voice.
Scary Spice for you, man.
Yeah, Scary Spice.
Or I
guess.
think he would be Sporty Spice because he's like obsessed
Sporty.
with working out and stretching and
Sporty,
stuff.
Yeah,
now.
I feel the energy with Sporty Spice.
And word on the street is everyone conceded that she has the best voice.
Oh.
Well, duh.
So I was watching some show where someone who worked with them was like, it's Mel C who's sporty. And then he was like, and then basically everyone else is the same. And he was like, the girls agree on that as well. But anyway, so Wannabe, they are like a group of girlfriends, which I think is cool, given a little backstory. They all were like hanging out in Toronto and they were like, hey, why don't we make this cover band for our favorite band of all time, the Spice Girls? So they dress up as, and then they not only do Spice Girls songs, but they've added other stuff in, including Britney Spears, Janet Jackson, Madonna, Aqua, Barbie Girl, 98 Degrees, In Sync, etc., etc. It's as close to the real thing as you're ever gonna get.
Yeah.
Unless the Spice Girls, the real OG
they
ones,
show
do
up.
like another tour. Once again, that's at Uptown Alley on February 20th. All right, damn it. Moving on.
All right,
Give
this
us our
is short and
business
sweet.
of the week.
Business of the week is something that Liz sent to me because she wants to go really bad, and so do I. Discover the Black Olive Richmond. Experience the fusion of hip hop, R&B, and Italian inspired cuisine at the Black Olive RVA. Our vibrant and not ours, but theirs. Their vibrant modern restaurant returns guests to the essence of hip hop and R&B culture. They provide delectable dishes and freshly baked pizzas, all while immersing visitors into an inviting atmosphere. So they're combining hip hop and Italian food, which is a new concept.
I know, but apparently, like the inside, they have pictures of like Biggie, and I saw they had like cool like quotes hanging, like cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape or something like hanging above
Probably
his
gonna have
picture.
some cool DJs there, I
And
bet.
yeah, like they're supposed to. They did actually a New Year's event. I hadn't even heard of it then, but my friend Isabel, shout out Isabel, she sent me the ad for the new spot.
I love an unpredictable collaboration too, like Jufro.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Oh my
collaboration. That was
God.
very unpredictable, but it's so great.
We haven't been. We have got to go.
I've been once.
That's my number one, probably Jufro. So, all right, guys,
We got
some
some
shout outs.
shout-outs.
What you shouting out, boo?
Shout out to Trying to Adult RVA, most
you.
importantly.
Yes.
And Sam. We can't wait to experience it for ourselves and make some new friends.
Absolutely.
Shizzle.
And then shout out to Sade Creek. Shout out to everything I just said. Carnival Cruise.
Yes. Don't eat the fruit.
Richmond National Airport. Shout out to the porta potties that were provided during the crisis.
Yeah, who owns, like, what's the porta potty company? Let's shout
Porta
them out.
John.
Porta John. Yes.
Bobby's. I don't know.
Bobby's.
Shout out to, what else did I even say? The Black Olive.
Station 2. We just had a burger there the other night, and we hadn't been in a while.
it was good.
It was really good.
Post Pub. I cried at Post Pub. I got a little overserved. Not at Post Pub, but
drunkety
and I made it kind of a ball baby scene at Post Pub. They were amazing, and I'm embarrassed. Sorry.
Was it an ugly cry?
Yes.
Shout out to Mother Nature if you're finally warming up a bit. Uptown Alley.
Yeah, global warming.
Okay, I know. Well, whatever. I hate the cold, so yay.
Shout out to Carvana.
Congrats to my Aunt Kelly and new Uncle Bruce. They just got married last weekend. Yay.
Thanks for the new clothing I received.
Sam, you got any shout outs? Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, since you're on the Valentine's Day kick,
Yeah.
we're collaborating for a Valentine's Day event. So we don't do dating, but we're doing it one time with IRL RVA.
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing a collaboration singles event that's already sold out. But it went so well. So I'll shout out our IRL RVA because they have been really awesome to
We'd
work
love
with.
to
Yeah.
have them on sometime.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
All right, so my shout out goes to a taco shop that's been getting some buzz recently.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, getting some buzz?
Yeah.
Buzz.
It's been getting some buzz, and it's called Taco Vegana. and it's a vegan taco place that's opening in Oakwood. That's
Right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner from us, and I'll probably go there because it's. I usually walk that route.
I was going to say we run by there some on our way to this. It sounds morbid, but we run in the cemetery.
Yeah, actually, people
grew up
love
next
playing around in the cemetery with their pets. And
I did all the time.
Well, not
growing
now.
up.
Dogs aren't allowed there now.
I grew up next to a cemetery, so I had picnics in the cemetery by my great grandma's grave.
So anyway, the taco shop will be opening February, March, and speaking of buzz, they'll have beer, wine, and spirits.
Fun.
Richmond's a fun foodie town.
I know.
I thought I was gonna, and I still miss the food from New York, but Richmond satisfies it because they have some really great spots here.
Good.
Agree.
Yay.
Yes, I wanted to thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
Give us a
And
follow,
yes,
everybody.
thank you for the code. We'll be posting that. Y'all keep your eyes peeled.
And what can our listeners look forward to next time?
Oh, well, we'll be talking with a spray tanner who owns her own shop. She's also an esthetician, but stay tuned for more. And we got one.
Yeah, we tried it and it's legit.
Yes.
She also has some wild Richmond stories, if I heard correctly.
And some traveling stories and stuff. Like, she's just a really cool chick. So
Yeah.
wait until next time, though.
So make sure you give this episode a like if you can, if you're on YouTube, or follow us on Instagram at OlalaRVA.
We're almost to 1,000
we're almost
followers. We're almost there.
Even share it with your friends, tell them this awesome podcast that's all about Richmond and they should listen to it.
Another really helpful thing you can do if you want to support the pod is rate our podcast on Apple or Spotify. It really helps put us out there. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, until next episode.
Be safe out there.
Sayonara.
Ciao.